Hello friends, welcome back. Myself Chetan Sonar, and today we are going to see what are the components in React. So basically, components are basic building blocks of the React application. So whenever you develop any kind of application, React application, so you see components every time you see we are creating components. There are basic components are created. So what are the components actually? So if you generally see whenever create an application, normal before React, the earlier application. So if you want to copy the same code, if you have the similar kind of view structure or similar kind of UI structure in other pages or in multiple pages, then what we do, we just copy and paste it. So that thing we should not be do. We don't do over here. We do, we just create a component of that, and we just call it on every page instead of just doing the copy paste. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get started. Okay, so now what I've done is like I've created a demo application for the React. Okay, and for what I'll do, I'll just try to create an application. So, but before that, I'll just show you in the Paint applications how the components work. Let's say in the earlier applications, like this is a page. Let's say this, consider this as a your page, online shopping application. Okay, where you create a with product structure. Okay, this is a product structure where image is shown and like title, product title, details, pricing, and all these things. This is one product. Similarly, you also copy it, you create second product, third product with the same details. This is a maybe a dashboard page or a landing page where you show the product details. Okay, what if there is another page where you want to do the same thing? You want to use the similar kind of structure, you want to use the same div and all that thing. So how you will do it? What you do, you just copy and paste it. Okay, if you create a different HTML page or a different PHP page or anything like that. Okay, so you just copy and paste it. But in React, we don't need to do that. What we do we just create a component of this thing, and we just pass different props to it according to the whatever details which are dynamic over there. We just pass the props as to them, so the dynamic values will be replaced, and the static content, all the static content into that will remain same into that. Okay, so that it will reduce our code, and it is more easy to handle, because if any one simple change is required. Okay, let's say if you want to add some one more uh, detail into that, if you want to add uh, some uh, some more information into that, so what you have to do in earlier applications, what you have to do, you have to change it every page by page, that this thing is changed, add this thing or remove something. Okay, but in React components, you can change at one place and it will be get reflected at every place. So let's see how it works. So what I've done here over here, I've created a sample application uh, where I'll show the demo for that. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just remove this thing. This is also an component in React. This is a functional component. Okay, so there are basically two types of components in React: class-based components and functional components. Okay, so we'll see those one by one. Okay, so let's just maybe, okay, I've removed this code, and if I just refresh over here, you can see there is nothing over here. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll create a create a product.js file. Okay, and here let's just create a class. First, we will create a class-based component. Okay, so let's create a class product. Okay, so it has to extend React dot component. Okay, so React dot component, when I say we need to import React also, React from React. When we import React dot component, we extend React dot component, then only it will be get converted as a class-based component. Okay, and so how the class-based components render the JSX code. Okay, so what the JSX code is. Okay, now I'll write. The class-based component have the render method inside of it, and where we just return the JSX code. So what JSX code is? The JSX code is similar to HTML code, but this is not an HTML code. If you just look, okay, this is similar to HTML code. The structure is similar. You can write div, paragraph, everything which you can write in HTML, you can write it into the JSX. But the syntax is a little bit different over here. So let's say here I'm adding an image tag. Okay, writing a product component, I'm writing an image tag. I just self-closing. Okay, here I'll write a source and alt text product. Here, let's just go into the Google and maybe search for an image for us. Let's maybe I'm selling t-shirts. Okay, we are selling t-shirts in our application. Okay, I'll just okay, not this one. Let me just copy this thing and copy image address, and I'll just paste it over here. Okay, and the alt text is a product. Now let me just add one more thing. Let me just add one more div h2, and here I will say t-shirt. Then I will say paragraph. This will be description of my product. Okay, lemon black cotton fabric crew neck. Okay, let's say maybe men's t-shirt. Okay, one more paragraph I will add price. Let's say 400. Okay, now here I've just added 400. Now we need to just export it. Okay, so I'll say export default product so that we can access it on the other pages and the other files. Okay, now we go into the product app.js, and what we'll do, we'll just write the component. So here, the way we write the HTML tags, we do write the components in the similar way. The way self-closing tag I have written, okay, we can write it like this also. Okay, and we can do the self-closing also. Currently, I'm doing for self-closing. Okay, as we are not passing any nested element over here. So we can pass the uh, we can create write the component over here as like for normal HTML tags. Okay, now let's just go into our application. It is much bigger. Okay, now let's just add a CSS over here. Let me just add. Okay, now as you can see in normal HTML files, what we do when we write normal HTML, what we do, we say class and we add any class name. Okay, like this. But in React JSX code, we add the class name like this, not like the class name. Simple. So this is a camel case and class name full word. Okay. So this is class name I've added, and here also I will add product details. Okay. Let me just add this. Okay. Here I think I've already added the product. Okay. Here I've already added for that the product related CSS, that width will be free 150, height will be 150 for the image tag. Now if you go, this height is changed, height and width is changed. Okay, that's how we can apply the CSS also. So what I've done here, I've currently written the CSS in the app.css. We can create separate CSS file for this product component also, and we can write the separate logic for it also. Okay, Now, one more thing about this, as this React component is written, class-based component is written. As this is a class, so it can have constructors. It can it can call super using the super keyword. You can call the parent component constructor. Okay, it parent class constructor. Okay, and also there are multiple lifecycle related methods are also present into the class-based components. Component date catch, component date mount, component date update, component with unmount to the component update. All these lifecycle methods are present into the class-based component. These methods are not present into the functional components. Okay, and there is also one more state-related object is also present over here, which is not present into the functional components. Okay, so this is done. Now we will see how we can write the functional components. This is class-based component. Now what I'll do, I'll create a functional component. For that, I'll create a product details.js file. Here, what I'll do, I'll write a function. You can write here an arrow function, normal function, anything like that. But the basic thing is you should write a function for that. Product details, let's say. Okay, now here also we just return the JSX code. Here there is no return render method or anything like that. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just go over here, I'll just copy this product details code and I'll just paste it over here. Okay, I need to just export it again, export default product details. Okay, and here I'll just import it. Okay, so here product is like it's still working. Okay, name is written, description is written, and price is. Okay, now if you see, like, this is a class base and this is a functional component. So functional components don't have the lifecycle methods. It's just returning the JSX code. It does not have any lifecycle method related which class-based components have, like component date mount and all these things. How we achieve these features into the functional components? We achieve these features into the functional components using the hooks. So hooks are very important concept into React. So using those we can achieve the function like all the features into over here. There's one more thing. We can also pass data the from parent component to child component using attributes over here. So that we will see into another lecture how we can pass data from one component to another component. That we'll see further. And also, if you see, I can just copy and paste it. And yeah, see here the data here it's duplicated. So I don't need to write the duplicate code for that. I need to just write the this duplicate. I've just copied. I don't need to write all the code. So this is one thing, and we can pass the props, and we can make these details dynamic. We can change the t-shirt name, description, all these things we can take dynamically. So those things we will see into upcoming video. Okay, and apart from that, this is one more thing which we need to take care of over here. That every component should return only one single node. Okay, so when I say one single node, that means we cannot have siblings. Okay, I cannot write like this. I can write, I will write something like this. So this is not allowed into React components. We should always return one single parent node. In that, we can have n number of child elements, but parent node should be only one node. So that is one thing. And like even in the class-based components, also the same rule applies that we should have only one single element, one single node, we can say. Okay. So yeah, that's it for React components, and we'll see how the props works, how other things works. And we'll also see the life cycle of the React components into upcoming video. So till then, if you like my video, please hit the like button, share this video with others, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.